Good morning, my darlings. How the bloody hell are you? Full disclosure, I haven't even brushed my teeth today. That's where we're at. It's absolutely pissing it down in Paris. But I said that I'd do this little live ideal client, like in, out, bish, bash, bosh, mini masterclass, if you like, this morning. And so here I am. Right. Hi, Shah. How are you doing, darling? So let's get into it because I want to do this in as short a time as possible. This came off the back of a conversation, a few conversations, but one particular conversation that I was having with one of my one-to-one clients where they basically said, oh my God, I am literally fighting them off with a shitty stick right now. They are having more inquiries than they even know what to do with. Literally, they're going to get to a point where, well, I said you're going to have to be putting your prices up soon anyway, but they're going to get to a point where they are fully booked, not able to even take any more inquiries, never mind bookings kind of thing. So, and what this person said to me was, morning, Jenna. Hi, darling. Nice to see you. Lovely to see you over on that other post. By the way, if you've not seen it, it's been a busy morning over here. I've had non-consensual DM situations going on, but that's a whole other story. This person, anyway. So, hi, Jilly. How are you doing, darling? So the person that was talking to, the one-to-one client that was talking to, who said basically her inquiries have completely blown up, was saying, I absolutely know this is down to me being really, really clear about who it is that I want to work with. So the idea of an ideal client exercise is not a new one, but what I know to be true is that people fart ass about and they don't get really, really specific. And when they don't get specific, that is when you will be speaking in such broad terms that you cannot create what I call holy fuckballs, that's me content, the kind of content and the kind of connection through not just the socials, but through the emails that you send in, the conversations that you're having, this conversation that we're having here, through the copy that's on your website, all that stuff. What we want is for people to go, oh my God, are you in my head? You are actually fucking talking to me. So that is what I want to give you a little bit of a almost inside scoop into how to do this Lisa Sykes style. So when I first started as a doula, as I said on the other post that I posted last night, I would work with anybody with a pulse, anybody with a uterus, anybody that basically said we'd like to work with you, because I was just pick me, proper desperate vibes going on. That got me in so much fucking trouble, let me tell you. Hashtag no regrets, because every part of that taught me more about who I didn't want to work with. And that's what I want to talk to you about. It is as important to get clear about who you are not here for as it is to get really clear about who you're here for. So what I see happening is that doulas are just thinking, well, I'm here for all the pregnant people. I'm here for all the pregnant people, or hypnobirthing teachers or midwives or whatever. And they position themselves in this very broad, wishy-washy, fucking vanilla kind of way. Now, it's not to say that you have to be like a gobshite like me. That's not what I'm talking about. And I'm going to tell you about my ideal clients in a second. What I'm saying is you need to really stand out because of the fact that you know who you're talking to. So anyone who knows me and has been following me for a while on this journey will know that I have a incredible client, Elise. She is the doula in resident at the famous Portland Women's Hospital in London. And she wasn't when we first started working together, but when we did first start working together nearly 3 years ago now, I realized really, really quickly that she was an ideal client. I kind of had in my mind, I was like, if I could have 10 Elises, my life would be perfect. And I started to drill down. I was like, what is it about Elise? What is it about her that makes her an ideal client for me? And I was like, it is her absolute commitment to this lifelong expansion. Like, she's here to do the work. She has the usual fears and the usual, comes up against the usual frustrations and all the things that we all do. But what was her essence? I was starting to think about what her essence was. And while now I know I could reel off all the things about Elise, but that's not what I'm going to do here, because that's between me and Elise, and I love her. What I started to do was everything that I did, everything that I created, everything that I put out there, I had Elise in mind. I had that ideal client in mind. I was like, not because I wanted her approval, but because I was like, this is for her. This is going to help her. This is going to support her. This is going to resonate with her. She's going to go, yes. And she's going to go, oh my God, she's talking to me. And that is the effect that we want to have on people, because that will pull out the dream clients. Now, what's happened in my world is it's actually evolved over time. And I've got like a hybrid. I've got a hybrid of people that I've worked with that kind of come together with all their like magical ingredients to create what I call my ideal client. And I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. But this one-to-one client that I was talking to got really specific. She wrote a list down, and I'm going to share with you a few of the things that's on there. So what she wrote down was, my ideal client understands the immense value of investing in themselves. They're happy to look for what they need. They've got the money to invest, or they're going to go find it. They want someone that's clear. They want someone that's no bullshit. They want someone that is an expert in their field. They want the best, and they're happy to pay for it. They want support in finding out what their options are. They want to align with their authentic values in their work. They want support navigating the system in a way that works for them. They want way more than the NHS can provide for them. This is a doula that's talking at this point. They want clear information. They're looking for a guide. Then she also, there's loads and loads of other bits to this. They don't need to be convinced. They do not need to be convinced. So she went through and she wrote all these things down, and then she actually wrote a list to herself of how she could speak to those people in her messaging, in her content, in her website, in all the places that she's connecting with these people. And she was like, I give them opportunities to build trust with me. I don't speak in any kind of persuading or convincing terms. I speak with authority and confidence. I speak about nuance. I provide this, and she started to get really, really clear on that. So when you are thinking about this ideal client, you've got to look beyond the obvious. You can't just be like, it's a pregnant person, or it's like a person with a business. Let's take me, for example. I can't just say it's a person with a business, and then you could say, okay, well, you've kind of gone down a little bit deeper, because you've said it's birth workers, but it's not all fucking birth workers. It is not all birth workers. I am not here for all birth workers. I am not here for all coaches. I am not here for all midwives. I am not here for all of those people. I am here for a very, very, very specific type of person. Very specific type of person. I'm here for a person that is committed, that is driven as fuck. They are committed to their evolution and the growth of their business. They are driven as fuck. And they see it, they get it, and then they fucking do it. Like that, this is my vibe. These are my people. Yesterday, I received a DM, and I was like, my response to that person was, you are my people. And what they'd done was they'd taken the email, it's a post on my grid as well if you want to look for it, with the 7 affirmations for people that are going to blow shit up. 7 affirmations for people that are going to blow shit up and meet their next level selves. I put it on my grid, and I also sent it out to my email list. She printed it off. She fucking printed my email off, and she pinned it on her vision board to remind her who the fuck she was. And I was like, you are my people. You are my people. That is it. It is so much more than an entrepreneur. It is so much more than even an entrepreneur in the birth world. It is a person that is driven, that is motivated to grow, that is in for the long haul, that is not fucking about, not here to make friends, and also who is not a martyr. They are not afraid to say that they want to make money as well as making a difference. That those are my people. You are my people. If that resonates, you are my people. Stick around because it's all for you. It's all for you. So I just wrote down a few notes so that I didn't forget. Yeah, so they're done with being martyrs. They are done with this narrative that if you do something that's caring and kind and altruistic, that you don't get fucking paid well for it. They're done. I am the people that like look at that and think, I like the sound of it, but no. Like they're done. They've had enough. That is the fucking line in the sand. They're coming. So they're not too fragile to hear the truth, which is why my content will repel people. I know it does. I get unfollows on the regular. I get basically like lubed up and juiced up and happy when people unsubscribe from my email list as quickly as they arrived, because they are not my people. Go away. Be gone. Be gone. Get out of here. So people in my world, they welcome the truth. People in my world are about excellence and not exploitation. They are here for excellence. They are here for big impact and big income and not to be exploited. And they can see when they're being exploited and they're not meek enough to not stand up to that. They might need some support with that. They might need some help with their blind spots, but like they get it. They get it. They see it. They do it. So, and they also know that you can be a kind, altruistic person and tell people to fuck off from time to time. So what I wanted to really like encompass in this is, when you are thinking about your client, think beyond the obvious. When you're thinking about your ideal client, like really get into it. And if you've had clients, start to think about those times when you've had a client sat opposite you and you've been like, this is it. Like, I'm so loving my life right now. This is it. They are it. And start to distill down, what are their values? What are their like traits? What is important to them? What is their line in the sand? What are they just not available for? And you will start to pull out more of a sort of picture that's less generic. And then when you start speaking in all the places that you speak and connect with people, you will speak deeply and directly to that person's heart, to that person's values, to that person's why, to that person's motivation, that person's reason for being, reason for wanting to do that thing. So I've just got some notes here. I just don't want to Who could you work with? This is what I wrote down. Who could you work with over and over and over and be like, if I only ever got to work with this person like Groundhog Day, I will die happy. And then I also want you to reflect on this question. Take this question away and really dive into it. I am not the insert whatever you are for. I am not the coach for people who sit on the sidelines watching and hoping and wondering and going, I don't understand how they can do that. I don't get it. And saying, but a doula, like 5K months, a doula, 8K months, 9K months, a midwife, 150K a year, a blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not. No, I'm not for you. Get even more specific about who you're not for. There's some real gold in there. Real gold in there. So, repelling people is just as important. It's not about the style. It's not because it has to be brash and loud and in your face, but it's got to be convicted. You've got to be convicted in who you are not for as well as who you are for. Flip it around, try it on that way around and see how that feels. And then speak to those people. Stop speaking to the people that are there and start speaking to the people that you want to be there, that you want to work with. You might feel like you are talking into the void for a while, but trust me, as that recalibrates, you will call them in. Repel people and you will attract people. So let me just check this. Yeah, that's it really. That's all I wanted to say. What we want to do is create holy fuck, that is me, you are inside of my head type content. And if you can do that, you will call out your people. If you, in that process, repel people, you're doing a great job. You're actually getting something right. If people unfollow, you are tightening up the people who you are for. Do not be afraid to be who you are for and to repel people at the same time. I'm for people that are committed. I'm for people that are committed to their evolution. They are driven as fuck. They see it, get it, do it, and they are done with fucking martyrdom. They're done with all that shit. So, and they're unapologetic about it. Just use this little reflective prompt that I've wrote down here. Someone who is here to what? Someone who is looking for what? What is it? And then, I am not the coach, the doula, the midwife, the whatever, for, finish that sentence. Who are you not for? Who do you not want to work with? Because you will end up sat opposite people like the psychopaths from Halifax, where you want to pluck your eyelashes out one by one and jack the whole thing in, if you do not get specific about who you want to work with. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Who would you die happy with a room full of? Because I would die happy with a room full of Elisas, Jens, Anthys, like all my amazing ideal clients that I literally, Sarah, I had a one-to-one call with this morning. I'm just like, these are my people. These are my people. Who are your people? Get really specific and then only speak to them. Everyone else can watch, listen, or fuck off. It's up to them. All right, my darlings, that's all I wanted to share with you this morning. Hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you got to the end. If you've got any questions, if you're like, just ask. I will answer questions in the comments. And I hope this was helpful. Speak to you soon. Lots of love. Ciao, ciao, ciao.